Oh man, the Super Mario Bros. Movie. I don't even know where to begin. It's possibly one of the most bizarre, weirdly executed, and poorly written movies ever made.
Hold the mammal, no worms, and spicy.
And somehow has managed to build a pretty massive cult following, likely because it was the first movie that adapted a video game.
Luigi, it's a mushroom.
Or at least it tried to. I don't know how you go from this to that.
Monkey!
But that's besides the point. And like most stories, the Super Mario Bros. Movie is an exploration of good and evil, which is why we're gonna give it the good to evil treatment. Well, actually, we wanted to do a video game related movie, so we could kick in a quick plug for our new gaming channel where we'll be uploading video game themed good to evil episodes. In fact, after this video, go watch our Sonic the Hedgehog characters, Good to Evil, in which we dig into the morality of Sega's biggest franchise. Link below, so make sure to subscribe to our new gaming channel, WickedBinge. But let's get back to the Dino Dimension. I'm Kyle with WickedBinge. Charge up your Devo guns and wind up those bombs, because this is the Super Mario Bros. Movie, Good to Evil.
Strap your belt on, kid. We're going in.
Now, starting out with the character who is the most good, we're gonna go with Luigi. Yes, his older brother seems to be a bit more wiser and responsible, and both brothers, along with Daisy, are heroes in the story.
It's a pleasure to meet me. It's a pleasure to meet you.
But Luigi's upbeat, positive personality goes a long way. Mario is definitely more grumpy and cynical, while his younger brother clearly tries to see the good around him.
Anything's possible, Mario. You just gotta believe.
You can see that his attitude is positive right away in Brooklyn, even though they're behind on their rent, broke, and desperate for more plumbing jobs.
I don't know, Mario. Just trust me. I got a good feeling about this alleyway. I don't know.
He also jumps at the chance to help someone, as we see when Scapelli floods the excavation site and Daisy needs help to stop it. Then again, maybe it's just because he has a thing for her, but Luigi's heroism remains pretty fierce after they enter the dinosaur dimension, and his positive attitude remains with him the entire time.
Just do it. Come on. Just have faith. Jump.
And most important of all, his courage, along with his brothers, is what saves the world from crazy Dennis Hopper. King Koopa. Alright, Mario is second on our list, making it the only time he's ever been overshadowed by his brother Luigi. Well, I guess aside from Luigi's Mansion. While Luigi is optimistic and less responsible, Mario is more of a responsible grump. He doesn't get through his typical workday with a smile like his brother, but probably because he's more concerned about what needs to be done, like pay the bills.
I believe the rent is 3 months overdue. That's what I believe.
But it's also worth noting that although Mario saves everyone from Koopa along with his brother, some of his good deeds along the way are more influenced by anger or spite.
Hey, wait a minute. You can't arrest a guy for just singing a song.
For example, when Luigi tells him Scapelli is flooding the dig site, he's clearly more interested in stopping it because of his hatred for his rival and not helping Daisy.
Scapelli. Strap your belt on, kid.
He may be a bit cynical, but throughout the story, Mario does learn to, quote, trust the fungus, whatever that means, and ultimately embraces optimism like his brother.
Trust the fungus.
He kills Koopa and saves the world, so that puts him as a very close second for most good character. Now, Big Bertha is quite the random character in the movie. Despite the fact that she stole Princess Daisy's necklace from Mario and Luigi, you really have to give her credit for the fight she puts up in the Boom Boom Bar. After an awkward dance sequence, Lena and the Goombas show up, and Big Bertha helps the Mario brothers escape. She decks a club staff member, hooks the brothers up with those weird rocket boots, and holds off the Goombas.
Use the stompers.
Let's be real, that's a truly heroic moment. Now we're gonna throw in Daisy, who is pretty heroic in her own right when she's not in need of rescuing. Daisy is passionate about dinosaurs, even before discovering that she herself is a dinosaur, which is ridiculously stupid writing given dinosaurs in this movie evolved into humans in another dimension, so she just looks like a normal person or something.
That you descended from the dinosaurs.
Don't question it. She identifies as a dinosaur. What was I saying? Oh yeah, anyway. She helps Mario and Luigi restore order in her dimension, and then at the end of the movie, before the credits, she's locked and loaded for another battle. Toad is next, and he gets good points for explaining nonsensical plot points to Mario and Luigi early on, so that we at least have some semblance of understanding of what the heck is happening.
Big meteorite came, blasted our universes into parallel dimensions.
Loyal to the previous king, Toad hates Koopa, so that makes him good.
All because of the evil King Koopa.
And even after being turned into a Goomba and set on fire, he's still able to help Mario, Luigi, and Daisy with his harmonica skills. Okay, let's throw the king in next, I guess. He was the former king before Koopa took over and, de-evolved him.
He used to be the leader here until Koopa turned him into all this.
I don't even understand how this works, even if you suspend your disbelief. Evolution takes place over generations of reproduction where genes are passed on to offspring. I feel like even in the context of science fiction, this is still unacceptably stupid writing. And for that matter, if there are two dimensions that were split apart millions of years ago, how did the creatures and societies in both worlds end up roughly identical?
No, get away from my baby! Get away from my baby!
You would think that if the writers were utilizing the theme of evolution, they wouldn't entirely disregard how evolution works. You know what? Never mind. The king is good, because he helps Mario and Luigi by giving them stuff.
I just want to thank you for all your help.
What a guy. Long live the king.
I'm back. Love those plumbers.
Okay, Yoshi is up next, I guess, if you can even call him that. This goofy looking thing has none of the charm of the video game Yoshi. That said, it does deserve to be in the good category because it helped save Daisy. But I'm sorry, I don't like this generic brand Jurassic Park cereal Yoshi very much, and if Mario threw him in a pit in order to reach the end of a level, I would feel nothing. On to the bad guys. We first have Iggy, and then Spike. They're both pretty similar, but I guess Iggy is a little worse.
I bag her, you grab her.
No, I grab her, you bag her.
That's what I said.
Exactly.
Just because he's shown to not give a single F about his cousin when Koopa puts him in the evil Devo Chamber plot device machine.
I always thought he'd make a great Goomba.
So these guys are pretty devoted to the evil Koopa King and willing to do anything he says, but in their defense, it seems like a good bit of this is out of fear and not loyalty, and once they're evolved and their intelligence increases, they question and defect from Koopa.
Princess Daisy, we've always been your loyalist supporters.
I don't even know if you could label them as evil given how stupid they are. Yeah, they're bad, but they're not the worst.
I missed.
Nice job.
Now, evil also lurks in the human world, and that evil is scapelli. Maybe not the worst kind of evil, but certainly pretty bad.
I'm Anthony Scapelli. I'm the boss elsewhere.
The head contractor of Scapelli Construction, which rivaled the Mario Brothers plumbing business,
Scapelli. They beat us to it again. Another lost job.
he behaves pretty much like a mob enforcer, threatening Daisy at the beginning of the film to get her to stop her dig,
You know, a lot of girls have been going missing in Brooklyn lately. I'd be careful.
and then sabotages her project by breaking a bunch of pipes. Scapelli is a jerk, and definitely is some sort of criminal, but I don't know if he deserved to be transformed into a monkey.
Boss. What did I do to you?
The film's poor writing tries to link Scapelli to the plot by suggesting his construction company was responsible for the two dimensions being linked, but it's not like we can hold it against him.
Someone on your side blasted it open again.
Scapelli.
I'm sure if he knew what was on the other side of that portal, he wouldn't have taken the risk and opened it. We're throwing in this crazy old lady next. She is in no way a pivotal character in the story, and she only appears on screen for a brief scene, but good God, lady. This is a stone-cold violent criminal who uses her non-threatening appearance against lost travelers in order to rob them. I mean, she determines that Mario and Luigi are lost, as well as unarmed, and then pulls a weapon on them in order to rob them.
You wander around without a weapon.
Yeah.
You got one?
What the heck kind of place is this, where little old ladies rob you at gunpoint?
I got a feeling we're not in Brooklyn no more.
We can't overlook one of Koopa's other lackeys, Sergeant Simon. the police officer who arrests and books the Mario Brothers once they get to the Dino Dimension. Really, this guy should probably be trusted with the more important tasks that Koopa has instead of Iggy and Spike, mainly because he's actually pretty capable and clearly has a totally blind allegiance to Koopa.
No one touches President Koopa.
This guy is more than happy to be corrupt, violent, and assist Koopa with whatever he needs to uncover the meteor piece and destroy the human world. Or merge with the human worlds? Or turn humans into monkeys, was it? Or, honestly, it doesn't matter.
Apes, sir. Monkeys.
Disgusting mammals.
This guy, totally evil. Our silver medal of evil has to go to Lena. I'm not sure exactly what her role is in the grand scheme of things, but she's an incredibly jealous and evil character who tries to murder Daisy.
When I get the princess.
Princess?
She's allianced with the big Koopa man himself and does everything she can to gain power. She also stabs Yoshi, but who cares? She eventually gets the meteor piece and puts it back to begin the merging of the worlds. But she's electrocuted to death, putting an end to her goal of universal domination. Finally, we're at the gold medal of evil, King Koopa. So this guy wants to merge both dimensions together so he can take over and devolve humanity into chimpanzees. So we can all agree that he's a very bad guy, unless you're Joe Rogan, in which case you probably think he's pretty awesome.
You see that vicious jealousy in chimpanzees.
The only person he actually does turn into a monkey, though, is Scapelli.
Are the Goombas training with the handheld de-evolution gun?
He's a corrupt politician and willing to kill in order to get what he wants, which is the meteor piece.
Prepare for the invasion and ready the troops.
He kidnaps a bunch of women in search of it. He turns Toad into this monstrosity. Seriously, I personally would prefer death. And heck, he even orders the Goombas to execute Spike and Iggy, and they're his cousins.
Kill them.
He's mean, he's angry, he's power hungry, and he doesn't seem to be loyal to anyone. Oh, and he originally took over his dimension and de-evolved the previous king into fungus.
You always wanted to be everywhere? Well, now you are.
King Koopa, in his own words, is one mean, egg-sucking son of a snake. Set that Devo chamber to evolve, and use it to fix some of the brain cells you lost while watching the Super Mario Bros. Movie. And then let us know who you think the most good and evil characters are. But don't forget to check out our video game Good to Evil videos on our new channel, WickedBinge. Sonic the Hedgehog character's Good to Evil is already up, so check it out now. But most importantly, stay wicked.